5 cars you'd never guess shared engines. What's up, everyone? One of the most common presumptions is that all expensive sports and supercars have unique and highly complicated engines. While it is true in most cases, especially if we look at Ferrari, Lamborghini or McLaren, there are many more sports cars with much more humble motors. In fact, there are a lot of speedy and exclusive models which borrow engines from ordinary vehicles and give them a second lease on life. Here are 5 exciting hero cars with engines from everyday boring models. Number 1. The Koenigsegg CC8S. The CC8S was the first proper production model from Koenigsegg in 2002. The company made just 6 examples, which were enough to establish it as the new force in the hypercar class. At just 3.5 seconds 0 to 60 and a top speed of 240 miles per hour, it was one of the fastest land vehicles of the period and truly a showstopper. However, it was powered by Ford's modular V8 engine commonly found in the famous New York yellow taxis, police Crown Victoria cruisers, and F-150 pickup trucks. Of course, Koenigsegg thoroughly modified Ford's engine and put 2 big superchargers on it, resulting with 664 horsepower. But still, it was the same block and displacement like the one used in the ordinary Mustang GT from the mid-90s, for example. An interesting thought when you're in a New York taxi at 5 miles per hour. Number 2. The Lotus Evora. Lotus has always been a company more focused on building a lightweight chassis, suspension and bodies than on constructing their own engines. Over the years, Lotus has used engines from various companies like Ford, Renault, Rover and so on, but in the current Lotus Evora, they used a 3.5-litre Toyota engine with or without the supercharger. The exciting part is that this 3.5-litre V6, known as the 2GRFE, is the same unit used in many ordinary Toyota models all over the world. With 276 horsepower on tap, this motor can be found in Camry sedans, the Highlander SUV, and the Lexus ES350. The supercharged version, which delivers over 400 horsepower, is a bit more special, but it still has the same engine which powers your neighbor's Toyota Sienna minivan. Number 3. The Nissan 350Z. When the Nissan 350Z debuted in 2002, sports car lovers all over the world rejoiced. Finally, a proper 2-door, 2-seater sports coupe with a powerful V6 up front and rear-wheel drive. A lot of praise went into its 3.5-litre V6 engine called the VQ35DE, which delivered 290 horsepower and exhilarating performance. However, not many people know that this engine was also used in a vehicle on totally the opposite side of the car spectrum, the Renault Grand Espace minivan. Through the magic of cost-cutting and engine sharing, Renault got its hands on the VQ35DE and installed it into its full-size Grand Espace minivan. Introduced in 2006 and sold until 2010, Renault produced very few of those performance people carriers with the 350Z's engine, which was slightly detuned to 245 horsepower. However, despite the significant power for a minivan and a high top speed of 140 miles per hour, not a lot of people chose this model, as the Grand Espace 3.5 is a forgotten French-Japanese gem. Number 4. The Noble M12. Noble is one of those small but very interesting manufacturers, which produce fantastic cars but never evolve beyond kit car recognition. To be honest, this is a shame, since Noble's cars are brutally fast creations that can put some very famous names to shame. This is precisely what the M12 is. With 357 horsepower and just over 1,000 kilograms of weight, it can outrun almost anything. The interesting thing about this car is the fact that it uses a 2.5-litre Ford Duratec V6 engine, commonly found in almost all Mondeos, S-Max and Fusions all over the world. Of course, Noble installed twin turbochargers to achieve such power, but still, the majority of the engine is totally the same as in an ordinary Mondeo. A cool detail is the tail lights, which are also nicked from a first-generation Mondeo, a nice reminder from where the engine was borrowed from. Number 5. The Donkervoort D8 GTO. If you don't know what the Donkervoort D8 GTO is, think of it as Caterham's crazier, more powerful and more extreme twin brother. Based on the everlasting Lotus 7 chassis, the Dutch company is famous for producing insane roadsters with ludicrous power and barely any weight. The D8 GTO uses a 2.5-litre 5-cylinder TFSI engine from Audi, specially tuned to achieve 340 to 380 horsepower. This standard engine is used all over Audi's model range. Due to the fact it is relatively small and turbocharged, it is easily tunable, and this is exactly why Donkervoort uses it. So there you are. Can you think of any other hero cars with humble engines? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like or dislike the video. Cheers!